Hey, this is Hammer with a kind of Army update slash tournament preview of Adepticon 2012, which I attended a few weeks ago. So, to survive the painting category, I thought, I really needed to improve my army further. Um, so in the months leading up to the tournament, I had no time to play any games, but with the free time I did have, I decided to rebase my whole army. So I thought that was a real weakness, and really helps give them that complete look, better than just one solid basing. And it wasn't too tough to do either, so I was happy with that result. Actually, threw a couple conversions in as well. Finally finished my Grail relic slash relique, whatever you want to call it. So here it is. The motivation for this came from one of Once Bitten's videos, in which his friend Mobius Primal posted his army. And he created a Grail relic similar to this one, with men-at-arms with Knight of the Realm heads as battle pilgrims. So, really like this idea. Much cheaper, and they just look better as well, compared to the GW sculpt. So, we got these big peasants pulling this cart with the ashes of this great warrior. So he's got his old shield, his helmet, his lance. He also has his old halberd and men-at-arms helmet. So I like to think of this as the first peasant to ever rise to knighthood. So now I don't get into the lore that much, but it always kind of bothered me that Bretonnia completely wastes its manpower by starving and overtaxing its peasants, where if they were better trained and better fed, they'd have a much stronger standing army. So my army as a whole, I like to think of as the future, where peasants are respected as true soldiers. So this relic, if my army has a background story, is representative of the first peasant to rise to knighthood in the history of my province. So I also added on this this bit here, which is supposed to represent the spirit of the knight flying over his ashes into battle, and that's kind of what motivates the peasants. Kind of a spiritual thing is the reason for them being stubborn. So that's kind of my take on the Grail relic. Yeah, I liked how it turned out. Just happy to have another unit to field in a variety of lists. So also have my converted lords here. So my questing lord, which I've shown before with his great weapon. And this is my new heroic killing blow general on the left. So made from an Empire model. I think the model's called Kurt Helborg or something. Really like this sword and the way he's kind of leaning forward on the charge into battle. And just threw a Knight of the Realm helm on him, basically. Yeah, I kind of wanted my lords to stick out a little more than my rank and file, since everything looks so similar in the Bretonnian army. Here's just another shot of the basing on my men-at-arms. It's my ranged trebuchet. Rest of my knight lances. Also recently I've put lances on my old questing knight models, and they're just serving as Knights of the Realm, so kind of just adds more conversion flavor to my list. Mounted Yeoman and Grail Knights and Peg Knights, pretty much the same. So yeah, that's all I've done so far. I like how it turned out, and I may add something additionally to the basing, like rocks or I don't know, something else, but definitely improvement from where I was, in my opinion. So now I'll just go through a couple of the pictures I took right before my round one. I didn't have that much time to walk around, and really wish I took more pictures, because there were some incredibly well painted armies there. Yeah, most of these people are at a skill level I will never reach. I'll never have time to reach. But this is really well done. Warriors of Chaos Army. It's the Empire Army. So this tournament used the old Empire because the book was updated like a month before the tournament. A really cleanly painted blue ogre army. I thought was interesting. Seeing this, I was dreading having to face this player because 2 units of guts, 2 Mournfang units, 3 tusks, 2 iron blasters. Oof, that's a Bretonnian nightmare right there. Nicely done Skaven army. Yeah, so this vampire count had a monstrous infantry horde of those new flying, I don't know what they're called, but yeah, you did a really nice job painting them. See, nicely done ogres again. There was a significant number of ogres at this tournament. Seemed like every 4th table or something I would see an ogre player. But this guy actually brought some Yetis out, which was interesting. Let's see, this one was incredibly well done. Like a Slaanesh themed Warriors of Chaos army. Just incredible detail and shading and highlighting and everything. Really well done. Here's a Dark Elf army that actually ended up being my first opponent, so you'll see this army again when I go into my first battle report. And then there's my army. Yeah, not even close to those guys, but whatever. I'm proud of it. That's all that matters. So I didn't have any time to put a decent display board together. I know that's where some of your painting points come from, so I just threw some felt over some styrofoam and stapled it together. Yeah, oh well. Hopefully, if I attend this next year, which I hope to do, I'll have a much more creative display board. So the tournament was 3,000 points. Special characters were allowed, but no Grand Army rules. So I'll just run through my list real quick, and then I won't run through it during my reports. So at the bottom we have 2 fast cav units, unit of supposed to be 48 minute arms with a level 2 of beasts with the prayer icon for the ward save to my peasants. Starting with the rightmost knight unit, my heroic killing blow general with a unit of 11 Knights of the Realm with the standard of discipline. My general has Sword of Strife for +2 attacks. He has Virtue of Heroism, Heroic Killing Blow. He's got Potion of Foolhardiness, the Luck Stone, and the Dragon Helm. Next knight unit, I have 11 Knights Errant with the full command and Banner of Eternal Flame, surrounding my level 4 Prophetess of Life, who has the Crown of Command. Next unit, I have my Battle Standard Bearer with Sword of Might, Gromrel Greathelm, and my Combat Paladin with the Ogre Blade and the Enchanted Shield, along with 10 Knights of the Realm with the War Banner. Then I have 9 Grail Knights at the far left, and they have the Standard of Swiftness. I have 2 Trebs, 2 Bowman units, and a unit of Peg Knights. So going into the tournament, I wanted to create a balanced list. For one, playing a balanced list is just fun. You get to participate every phase of the game and just bring out a variety of units onto the table. But 2, there's just a lot out there to account for. Now I like the idea of having the tools to use against almost any army. So first off, I wanted some strong combat hammers, which come in the form of my knight units. Mainly my Grail Knights, my Double Paladin unit, and my Heroic Killing Blow General unit. So, I like to run my core buses 12 deep now. I think 9 is just a little too weak, but 15 is kind of big and awkward and takes away from your drops. So I compromise with 12. I've also kind of shifted my thinking to try to improve some of the grindability of my knight units. So, for example, my double paladin unit, I got the +1 strength sword on one paladin, +2 strength on another. So it really helps me grind combats out. So if I get charged by core infantry, I can still hold with my combat res and my high strength. Grail Knights, they can put out a decent number of strength 4 attacks, and then my hero killing blow general can also go round after round. So combat sustainability, that's a real Bretonnian weakness, so I tried to improve it a little bit in that way. So tar pits, my men-at-arms are the main tar pit with the prayer icon, so you can either go horde for damage or go 10 deep and really stick around forever. And also my second anvil is my Crown of Command Prophetess unit, so even though the Knights Errant, it's still tough to get through 2-up armor with that many Knights. So redirection, definitely something that I'm seeing the value of. So 2 yeoman units, they're just stock, no extra armor. Then my peg unit if I need it. Deep strike, support charging, nobody fills that role better than peg knights. Get down there, hunt war machines, survive ballistic skill shooting, or get in the flank or rear of somebody and really make a difference. So anti-fast cav shooting, yeah, it's my bowman units. They're drops, extra drops as well, and if they hit something, they can help me fight fast cav. Horde busting, so that's mainly lore of life with dwellers and my trebs. Strong leadership, so standard of discipline plus my BSB rerolls. Yeah, psychology is a huge part of this game, so that one extra leadership just matters a ton. Anti-ethereal, so with the new vampire counts and all their ethereal units, figured I'd better throw in some anti-ethereal stuff as well. So my Grail Knights, my double paladin unit, they each have magic weapons, and of course my general has a magic weapon. So 3 units that can at least deal with the ethereals. And then anti-regen, Band of Eternal Flame on my prophetess unit, kind of help grind down ghouls if I need it. Didn't have enough points for the bowman. I guess I could combine them into one big unit, but decided to go with the extra drops. So that's my list. Well balanced, fun. Feel like I can take on any army and have a chance to win with this list. So definitely the favorite one I've ever created, and I'll continue to go back to it after this tournament. Using it properly is another story, as I'm sure you'll see. But I have the tools to win, so it's all about me improving my game. So another thing I wanted to do is get a sense of what the wargaming community as a whole was really like. So yeah, I've had kind of a bad perception of wargamers, you know, before I got started with this hobby, and always imagined them kind of like this, you know, a guy that, you know, lives in his mom's basement eating Hot Pockets and playing World of Warcraft, you know. But going out to Adepticon, you know, I was just, you know, surprised to see for the most part people are just normal dudes, you know, out there to have a good time with their friends and enjoy the strategy. And that was really good to see. I mean, all of my opponents were just awesome. Like, there was no raging or anything, you know. I got my ass handed to me a couple games, but I enjoyed the games tremendously. And a lot of that had to do with my opponents, you know, being real cool about things. So, you know, all of them were just great dudes. And I was also surprised. I ran into a couple other veterans that play Warhammer. You know, some guys had been to Iraq, Afghanistan. You know, I'd been to Iraq myself, and I was like, man, there's probably nobody else in the army that plays Warhammer. But hey, there are a couple out there, and that was real cool to see for me, especially. So definitely helped change my perception of the wargaming community. I've been a closet wargamer, basically. You know, I've been pretty much embarrassed to admit to people that I play Warhammer. I mean, really. It's not something I go around talking about, but it was real cool just to be around people that have a similar interest, and you know, just talk about the games, the strategy, the new armies, the units. Um, it's just a lot of fun, you know, interacting with other people. So really enjoyed this event. Hope to go back next year, and hope you guys enjoy the games I post, and um, point out all the mistakes that I haven't already pointed out, which are many. Anyways, first game coming up. Hope you guys enjoy.